Hi YouTube, this is Kristen Moonrise. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming new moon in Gemini on Thursday, June 6th. And just to reintroduce myself, I am a data scientist, an astrologer, and a life coach. And I like to help people answer questions about themselves and their lives and by using astrology. So we'll take a look at the chart here. We've got the sun and the moon conjunct in Gemini at 16 degrees, 17-18 minutes. And on Saturday, May 25th, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, entered Gemini and will stay in Gemini until June 9th, 2025. We've also got Mercury and Venus in Gemini. We've got Uranus still in Taurus. We've got Mars in Aries, Neptune and Saturn in Pisces, and Pluto in Aquarius. So, in short, this is a time to improve and perfect your intelligence, adaptability, and communication skills. So, this may sound really simple, but it's literally what will separate the winners from the losers in society going forward. I've got a few things to just mention really quickly. One of these things that's an indicator for me about this level of intelligence, adaptability, and communication skills. I'm going to be using those words quite a bit this video. Is how people react to small talk. There is just a huge number of people that really despise small talk, and so they see it as a bore. They see it as a chore. They see it as like you're bothering them, um, and they say that it's meaningless and all these negative things about small talk that is such a non-committal thing. So they say that it's meaningless, and the reason why their small talk becomes meaningless is because they are contributing to the meaninglessness of the conversation. So why are you saying meaningless things? This is a perfect opportunity to just make a sincere, quick connection with someone. If you have a business, or if you like to link people together, this is an opportunity to make connections with people, to perhaps even be at the see you at the next stage of your life, perhaps. Or you may just never see that person again, but you could have had the opportunity for to make a positive impact on them, or allowing them to make a positive impact on you. And so what I've also noticed is that, in addition to certain people really despising small talk, is that it almost seems to be a one-to-one relationship, where they are also missing the mark in communication, in communicating with others, and succeeding in their careers as well as in their love lives. So there's always this missed connection with them. So they love to, like, I'm a homebody. I love to stay at home and snuggle in my covers and everything too. But I also don't want to miss making connections and then get online and tweet about how hard it is to date, how I'm not getting ahead in my career, all because I don't like to network with other people or communicate with other people, or that small talk is such a laborious, horrible thing, when it's literally just, in my opinion, it's having good communication skills is a sign of a healthy, mature person. And really, you're doing it to yourself. If you're one of these people that really hate small talk and really hate it when somebody just asks you a simple question, wants to just make simple conversation, just a quick human interaction, definitely listen to this video. I mean, you're doing it to yourself. And so this is a really important time. A lot of times with Gemini can make really quick uh, judgments unnecessarily, or wrong judgments, wrong assessments, without really going down to the deeper layers. So this is a perfect time to really release those baseless judgments that you have about other people, because it's really, there's just no reason for that. Another thing that I wanted to mention was this whole topic of unschooling. And so, what many people are doing, I won't get into the details or even my opinion on what's going on in lower education in the public and private schools, but a lot of people really feel the need to pull their children outside of traditional schooling and do homeschooling or this alternative thing called unschooling, which is really not homeschooling at all, but it's really something that is just having the children kind of adapt to their environment, versus any particular type of structure, learning objectives that the students should have when it comes to their development in life. So I've got this image here of this woman that's a part of this unschooling community called Radical Unschooling on Twitter. And basically, she has brought her 8.5-year old daughter to a legit homeschooling program. And so the tutor of that homeschooling program pretty much told her that your daughter is behind because she did not learn how to read. And so this child is 8.5 years old, not able to read, and this mother is looking for help because now her child will struggle going through life. Now, I don't know why a mother would do such a thing to purposely hold their child back, assuming that they were just going to adapt to learning how to read, adapt to being intelligent, and adapt to having certain social skills without actively participating in that, just to be perhaps anti government or anti public or private school or anti whatever change is going on. Don't be so against the forward movement that is happening to the point where you actually go backwards and you're setting your child back. You're actually regressing. And I don't know why a mother would do that, but this is a choice. And so with this new moon in Gemini is really, and all of the other planets in Gemini and Pluto and Aquarius is really asking us to really think about and consider our intellectual skills, our intellectual progression in society. Because we will surely be left behind. It doesn't take that long. In this case, it just takes one generation to be set back. And so now this child will either forever be behind, and perhaps other people could end up taking advantage of her as she gets older in life, or she's going to have to really work hard because she's missed so many milestones by being 8.5 years old and unschooled and not knowing how to read. Another thing that I did notice about communication, I'm sure you've all seen it online, particularly on YouTube and TikTok, where there's plenty of single people talking about what's going wrong with dating, how come dating is so horrible, I'll never get married again, or I'll never get married, and blah, blah, blah. Everyone's talking about how horrible dating is. And chances are, if you're one of those people that's complaining online about how horrible dating is, it's probably because you are actually contributing to why dating is so horrible. So there's a lot of shoulds. Men should be communicating like this. Women should be doing this, that, and the other. When really we've really lost the art of really understanding what men are evolved to do, what women are evolved to do, and then what's actually going on now in 2024 in this new day and age. And so when I was still dating, just a few months before I met my husband, I decided to take an evolutionary communications course based off of biology and psychology because there was so much that I had learned wrong about men and dating and marriage and union and all of that. So I really wanted to learn what was the secret special sauce that was to make up a healthy marriage. I wasn't just talking about dating and how to get a boyfriend. That's easy, but how do you get married quickly without the nonsense, and keeping that going and having a healthy marriage continuously, because it's not just getting the ring and walking down the aisle. It's how do you continue that and be an example for your children, your future children, as well as other people that may ask. So I went ahead and I invested a lot of money into really learning about communication skills of both verbal and nonverbal when it goes all the way back to evolutionary psychology, biology, communications between the sexes. And so literally I took that class in September, early September, and I met my husband, the guy who it became my husband, Late November, all 2023, we got engaged 2 months later, married within 6 months of knowing each other. And so although that's just part of it, it really helped that investing in that course about communication, about socializing and intelligence and all of that really helped me cut through the noise. It helped me stand out from the rest, and I started to see that everybody that was talking online about how horrible dating is really were quite ignorant about what it was to win. And any bit of suggestion as to, oh, you should do this, think about it like this, they didn't want to hear it. They wanted to complain. So we're going to constantly have a lot of people complaining out there. And who wants to date or marry a complainy person? But again, this is going to be the continuing split going on in society, where there's just going to be these people that are going to be driving down these low standards because of their lack of intelligence, communication, and adaptability, and decide and how they don't want to learn. And then there are going to be people who are going to be investing in themselves, and they're going to be easy to pick out because it's going to be clear who's investing in themselves and who's investing in bettering themselves and their children and their children's children. And so it's going to be really easy to just be able to pick out who has the right mindset going forward. And that, again, is what this new moon in Gemini, Jupiter in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini is asking us to do. And so I've got the bar plot here pulled up showing that there are 6 planets in the air signs of, five in Gemini and one in Aquarius. So this is basically asking us to position ourselves intellectually. Air represents the mind, intellectualism, thought. And so this is asking us to really improve our speaking, get out there and start networking, communicating, being more social. And so here we've got a tarot card. Of course, we've got to always end with that. And so I've pulled the Justice card, and this is asking us to examine our choices and the possible outcomes as it shapes who we are, who we become, and what we have to get over and get past in the future. So it's asking us that, or telling us that we must be self aware and take responsibility. So you see that her eyes are quite non expressive. I believe that's just the facts of reality, just not caring one way or the other, which way you choose. These are all choices, but it's simply accepting what is. And so her sword is upwards versus downwards. So it's upwards, indicating that a decision has not yet been made. So Gemini is a mutable sign, which means, or that is indicating that nothing is yet set in stone. So again, this is just reminding us that the choice is ours to make, that we decide how we decide to move forward, how do we decide to communicate with other people, how we decide to educate ourselves, how we move in circles, how we connect with other people, what circles we are choosing to belong to. All of this is up to us. So, with the upcoming new moon in Gemini and Jupiter in Gemini and so many other planets in Gemini, what that's suggesting to us is that it is up to us to really create a life by design versus a life by default. And that means we've really got to be really intentional about our communication, about our intelligence, and our level of adaptability, because that's only going to increase the need for those things as time goes forward. And you'll start to see that split of consciousness, who's going to be a winner and who's going to be a loser, unfortunately, in society. And that means that we've got to be intentional about our children and those that we love and that we care for. So that is the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. You can check out my website. I do astrology readings and life coaching. I also have a course on confidence and mindset if you are struggling with having healthy confidence and having the right mindset in life, you can definitely check out that course, or you can work with me one on one in the areas of mindset, confidence, and spirituality. So thank you so much for watching this video. Definitely check out the upcoming new moon in Gemini on Thursday, June 6th, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.